Hello, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Break, where in the time it takes for you to take a coffee break, about 15 minutes or less, I will make a card or other project. So thank you for joining me today. Sorry about my arm across the screen. And let's get started. This is the card. We're going to do a card today. And by the way, my name is Sandy McManus, and you can find me at needsaribbon.com. So this is the card that we're going to do today. And it has a fair amount of big shot work on it, die cutting, because Stampin' Up! No longer sells the big shot. And this is using the Forever Greenery suite that is in the annual catalog that goes 2020 to 2021, and you may find it on pages 108 to 111. And the suite includes the Forever Fern stamp set and dies. It includes an embossing folder. It includes some gold, not pictured here, gold laser cut leaves. You can kind of see them there. Some gold hoops, the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper, and then the trim. We are just going to be using the stamp set and die bundle today, and the DSP. Don't forget the DSP. So let's get started. So first thing, and the recipe will be found at the end of the video as always. So first thing, we have our card base. We need to score it in half. So fold it over, and I like a firm burnish with a bone folder. And we need to stamp this little element, and that's soft seafoam, in our soft seafoam ink. And that, oh, I forgot to show you, this is the label we're going to be using, this story label punch. And here's the Forever Flourishing Dies, say that fast 5 times, and Forever Fern stamp set. And you can bundle those and save 10%. So we're going to use this element and that saying. And you can see in the stamp set, you can do this, hello, love and laughter forever after. Think about it, you know, it'd be a great wedding anniversary with the beautiful foliage and so on. So let's get started. I've already pre-mounted my stamps because, again, we're supposed to do this in a coffee break or less. And my rule, if you followed my videos, is stamp. We're gonna stamp off an edge and stamp in odd numbers. So there's 4, 5, and now you're all counting with me at home. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need another one. Somewhere up in there. That's good. The foliage covers it up, but still, visually, the eye does kind of pick that stuff up. So, putting that aside. Next step, we'll let that dry off for a moment. And my project that I'm showing today, I pre-cut, of course, my dies, and I will sit and take my little inserts that just pop right out. And I cut the various dies in white, that's pear pizzazz, and then a vellum to kind of soften it up. And the truth is, I am out of that paper to be able to cut it full size. So I cut a partial piece, but the measurements at the recipe at the end will be of the full size measurements. And this paper does have a direction. Yeah, that's right. So what I'm going to do, because we're adding that on, I'm going to offset my paper. That's all I had left to do the video. But you still get the idea. So we're going to go ahead and attach that. And this is Pretty Peacock, which is one of our in colors. So the colors in the card are soft seafoam, Pretty Peacock, pear pizzazz, white, vellum. Did I miss anything else? We have almost every shade of green in the paper. Oh, the goodness does that make for pretty planning. Okay, we're going to, so to assemble this card, again, once you get your dies done, it goes together really quick. I did this for a swap and made like 28 of them, 30 of them. And it really went together pretty quick. So we're going to need, we don't need dimensionals, don't need our scissors. I'll leave things off to the side. We do need some glue dots. And so one thing I didn't like on this particular assembly was that the colors kind of go onto the one side and that. So when I did my bulk, this was my prototype, as it were. So what I'm going to do for this, and we're going to hide some glue dots because you can see the stems hide. And with it all put together, you don't really find the glue dots, but find a place like the base where the leaves usually attach to the base stem. I've found on a lot of dies is a great place to hide a glue dot. So you do want that, you don't want that flopping around. So again, where we got, so we need one on this side. So we'll put one over here. And so I have a pretty good idea of where it's going, so I can go ahead and do that. And next we're going to attach our vellum one. That one's a little harder to hide a glue dot on. So we're going to start with one and see how it lays. But do you see what I mean? How you really kind of got to go that way, and that was what my final product, again, this was my prototype. And so we'll add some glue dots. This is a beautiful card. I mean, it really does suit so many occasions with the colors. I don't know if I'd call it a masculine card. I mean, definitely without the glitter dot embellishments, it would be more masculine. But that being said, got a glue dot just floating around on my finger there. Okay. Add a third. Okay. And we'll just, but you see how much more pleasing it is with the colors kind of split instead of, and then we'll go and do that about a 1/2 inch from the bottom, just trying to cover up the stems and where those glue dots are. Really, let's be real about that. Again, it's not exact, no rhyme or reason. This is part of why I like using green glue on the Tombow multi-purpose green glue on this, because you can slide it around a little bit. Next, let's stamp our greeting. So I have some pre-stamped, but I am going to go ahead and stamp it. Again, normally, well, yeah, why don't we do that? Oops, sorry about that. I actually have some scrap paper here. So why don't we go and do it official, like, not the cheat way, which is I already have it stamped. And that is a really juicy ink pad, as you probably heard me. So we'll go ahead and set that off to the side and close our ink pad before we stick our fingers in it. A little bit inky, not too bad. And then we'll go in there, and remember with punching, it usually is easier to stamp on your paper and then punch it out. That is something that people forget. You can certainly, here, I'll show you, because I have, yeah, we're good on time right now. Where's my spare ones? So that's the one I need to use, not the cheat one. But you can, here, I'll show you how much more tricky it is. Well, it's especially going to be tricky because I have a camera right in front of my head. But trying to line that up, this one isn't too bad because it's pretty forgiving. But that being said, trying to line those up, it's easier to line up your punch to your stamped image than it is to the reverse. So let's go ahead and, do you see how easy this card is? We're going to use this funky little, look at that. Kind of covers up that wonky short DSP piece. I'm sorry. And because of the way I planned this card, I couldn't find any other paper that coordinated with it to cut it out, but you get the idea. Again, the proper measurements will be at the back. So these are our glitter enamel dots, and we're going to use 3. And let's bring our card back in here. You probably couldn't see that. And I used 1 in each size. Medium, 1, and then a large one. And that just gives it a little kind of finished look. And there you have your finished card. Your Forever Fern, oh my gosh. Forest Resources, I've called this product suite so many things since it came out. And there you have. So thank you for joining me for another edition of Coffee Break, where in less than 15 minutes, we definitely made an adorable project today. So thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for the recipe. Bye.